Dude, that Knicks game last night, holy fucking shit. I haven't lost my mind watching a game like that. I can't remember the last time. For a team I don't even give a fuck about. They're just the refs were fucking them so bad since the second half of game 2. It was like if there was any iffy call one way or the other or another, or was going the Spurs way, and if the Spurs did some shit, the exact same shit the Knicks did, there was no call on the Spurs, and they would call it on the Knicks. I'm just saying what it is. Okay, I don't have a dog in this fucking fight. I don't give a fuck about San Antonio or New York. I don't give a shit. I'm just enjoying the series, and I'm just saying what it is. That fucking Wemby guy grabs Bronson and just throws him by the head onto the ground. I don't know. Anyway, and then the next game, what's his face gets his Williams gets his forearm up in Wemby's fucking neck area, and it's a flagrant. So, it's the NBA. The NBA has been filthy for a long fucking time, especially with, like, David Stern. That guy was fucking absolutely filthy, and he was arrogant about it, too. He would get aggressive if you asked him if he was manipulating games. He'd be like, when'd you stop beating your wife? Oh, what are you, the tough guy in the suit now? Is that what you are? You run a basketball league? All of a sudden you're going to act like fucking Sean Penn and Carlito's Way? Lawyer. Commissioner, you ain't David, you ain't a commissioner. You a gangster. That fucking game last night, if you missed it, and you somehow don't have the internet or fucking ESPN, the Knicks start slow, and the fucking Spurs were just lights out. They hit 14 three-pointers in the first half. They were shooting over 60%. They scored 76 fucking points in the first half. The score was 76-49. They're down by 27 points. All these fucking idiot Spurs have to do is score like 18, 20 points the next 2 quarters, and they're never going to catch them. And the fucking Knicks would have to shoot. They'd have to shoot like 65% and hit 14 three-pointers to catch up. I think that works. That makes sense in my public school math, personally speaking. And what do the Spurs do? They come out ice fucking cold. They only score 14 fucking points in the third quarter. And then the Knicks start playing like lights out. I can't even remember. And then all of a sudden they get it down to like 15. It's down to 12. It goes back to 18. And I'm like, this isn't too impressive by the Spurs closing them here. All right, so they shaved off 10 points. We'll see. Then it gets down to like 9. It's down to 7. And all of a sudden, it's 5. It's 1. The Knicks steal the fucking ball, go down, miss a layup. And I'm like, oh, no. Wemby misses 2 foul shots. There's all kinds of fucking messing up there at the end of the game. Knicks go up by 1. The place goes fucking nuts. After being a funeral, dude, Knicks fans are traumatized. When the Spurs came out hot in the first 5 minutes of Game 3, that place went from the loudest fucking I've heard the Garden in a long time to sounding like a funeral. They were immediately like, oh, here we go. Anyway, so the Knicks go up by 1. Place goes nuts. Spurs go up by 1. Whatever. They come down the fucking court for the final shot. Take a three-pointer, of course. That's another thing, too. Fucking Spurs can't hit the side of a fucking barn in the second half. They're still launching up three-point. Yeah, if you're not shooting well, by all means, keep shooting three-pointers, because that's what the analytics say. Do the analytics know that like an 8-footer, a 10-footer is a much more easily made shot than a three-pointer, even though it's 1 point less? That's another thing with these fucking three-pointers. It's one more point. The fuck are we doing? That's like everybody going for the 2-point conversion in the NFL. It's one more point than an extra point, and you have to score back-to-back touchdowns. And it just took you 4 downs to get the first one. I don't know. Billy Summerschool does not understand. So they launch up a three-pointer. It fucking misses. And then out of nowhere, like a goddamn superhero, I don't even know how to say anybody's name anymore. OG Anunoby, is that how you say his fucking name? Comes in. It looked like he was in slow motion. Jumps up higher than everybody else. And like the nicest touch ever, just tips that fucking ball in, nothing but net. Lands on his back, Garden goes fucking crazy. I scared the shit out of my family because yesterday was my birthday. So they were all hanging out with me, and I got the game on, but they're doing all kinds of birthday stuff, and I'm watching the game, and that ball went in, and I just went, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. They were going, what? First of all, unbelievable heads up play to go to the rack, unbelievable to out-jump all of those guys, and then the touch, the perfect, jumping in like that, the stress of that. Very easily you could hit the ball too hard or hit it the wrong way or whatever. Perfect. Tip in, seizing the moment, and also to do it at the Garden where all of that, which is a fucking house of horrors. They've tried to avoid that all these years, calling it a basketball mecca. It's been a house of fucking horrors. To see that, dude, I mean, that's for me, the Knicks winning the fucking title, that's up there with watching the Rangers win the cup. I remember when I watched the Rangers break the curse. It was one of my favorite sporting events, things I saw in sports. I just love seeing a team break a curse. You know what I mean? The long-suffering fans. Oh, by the way, too, New York, I got to tell you something. All those years you talking about the Lakers and making fun of Hollywood and all that. Dude, I don't think I ever saw more celebrities at a fucking basketball game than I did at that fucking Game 3. It was ridiculous. Cheapest ticket was $7,000. I don't know, New York. I think you take yourselves a little too seriously. I think you guys, New York is pretty fucking goddamn Hollywood, too. They just got this thing where they think for some reason the way they're famous is realer. I'm more real, I've never understood that. Why people on the East Coast, having lived both places, people on the East Coast think they're more honest, more real, and more likely to say what they're thinking, and that people out on the West Coast are plastic, and that LA is like this fucking la-la land, and New York is really tough and gritty. I can tell you, having lived at both places, none of that shit is true. None of that shit is true. LA is one of the most gangster cities I've ever, you want to talk about fuck your feelings? Yeah, come out here to Hollywood. Yeah, nobody is helping anybody out here, So, having said that, the fucking New York Knicks are 48 minutes away. Well, 48 minutes of scoring more points than the Spurs away from bringing the first fucking title to New York City.